Millions of years before the first human, the planet was a kingdom of biological hardware. During the Jurassic period, the dinosaurs tested the absolute limits of skeletal design, reaching a staggering height that hasn't been seen since. An 85-foot-long body and 40 tons of muscle functioned as a nearly perfect defense system. In a stable world of predictable seasons and lush greenery, massive size provided a clear evolutionary advantage, allowing these giants to dominate every corner of the globe for over 150 million years. That era ended in an instant. 65 million years ago, a 10-kilometer-wide asteroid traveling at 70,000 kilometers per hour slammed into the coast of Mexico, triggering tsunamis and firestorms that ignored every biological advantage the dinosaurs possessed. The very traits that made these giants invincible for millennia became their primary liability. Their massive bodies required enormous amounts of calories every single day. When the ash clouds choked the sun and the vegetation died, the planet's largest creatures were the first to starve. The asteroid impact turned the Earth into a dark, freezing wasteland for months. As the global temperature fell and the food chain collapsed, the reign of the Titans ended, leaving behind a silent, empty world. This destruction created a void. Small mammals that had spent millions of years hiding in the shadows could finally emerge. As the climate stabilized over the following eons, these creatures branched into the primates that eventually populated the African jungles. The asteroid removed the specific environment that fueled the dinosaurs' 150 million-year reign. It proved that in a volatile world, raw physical power is only a winning strategy until the environment changes. A new survival mechanism was about to take its place. 2.5 million years ago, shifting tectonics and a cooling climate transformed the African landscape. The dense, protective canopy of the jungle receded, leaving primates to navigate the open, dangerous grasslands on foot. This forced transition to the ground led to bipedalism, standing upright. This posture allowed early hominids to spot predators over the tall grass and, crucially, freed their hands to carry tools and shape stones into weapons. But physical tools weren't enough. Compared to their rivals, early humans were weak. We lacked natural armor and shared the earth with Neanderthals, who possessed thicker skulls, greater muscle mass, and a heavier bone density built for survival. In a direct physical contest, a Homo sapien would lose to almost any large contemporary predator or hominid cousin. Our species was the ultimate biological underdog, meaning our path to dominance would have to be internal. This advantage arrived through what scientists call the cognitive revolution. Human brain capacity expanded, specifically in the cerebral cortex, providing an unprecedented upgrade in memory, planning, and abstract thought. Our language evolved beyond simple warnings. We could communicate the exact location of a predator, its behavior, and a strategy to avoid it. Eventually, we began to discuss concepts that existed only in our minds. This chart shows how social networks scale. Most animal groups fracture after reaching 50 members because they rely on personal recognition. But humans learn to organize around shared stories, tribal myths, deities, and common rules. This allows thousands of strangers to coordinate as one. These shared stories allow for the coordination of thousands of individuals. This ability enabled massive collective projects, from complex hunts to permanent settlements, that would be impossible for any other species on Earth. As Homo sapiens migrated out of Africa, they encountered Neanderthals in Europe and Denisovans in Asia, species far better adapted to the cold. But the human advantage wasn't just physical endurance, it was the power of the group. DNA data provides the proof of how we succeeded. Modern humans carry between 1% and 4% Neanderthal and Denisovan DNA. We didn't just compete with these rival species, we lived alongside them and eventually absorbed them into our own expanding population. When the peak of the Ice Age arrived 20,000 years ago, humans solved the problem through intellect. We mastered fire, engineered tailored hide clothing, and utilized deep cave systems to survive in temperatures that would have normally required millions of years of biological evolution. We had reached a turning point. We no longer had to wait for our bodies to change to fit the world. We used our collective knowledge to adapt the world to fit us. Roughly 11,000 years ago, the global climate stabilized, the ice sheets receded, and the world entered a rare period of predictable, warm seasons that allowed for the birth of agriculture. humans stopped their nomadic search for food and began to cultivate crops. This shift created the concept of a permanent home, transforming the human experience from a daily search for survival into a stable, sedentary life. The resulting food surplus freed the human mind. With the pressure of the hunt removed, specialists emerged to experiment with metallurgy and the division of labor, turning raw copper into tools and building the first organized societies. Escaping the daily struggle for calories unlocked our greatest asset, the time to think, invent, and organize at a massive scale. This clay tablet from Mesopotamia is a physical record of that organization. To manage the complexities of city life, the Sumerians invented cuneiform, a system of carved symbols used to track taxes, inventory, and eventually the first written laws of human history. In the Indus Valley, cities like Mohenjo-Daro took this organization into the realm of civic engineering. These ancient stone-lined drains and brick walls are part of a sophisticated sewage system. These uniform bricks proved they were governed by rigorous mathematical standards, showing long-term planning and collective trust that went far beyond survival. This 4.6 billion-year journey shows that dominance on Earth doesn't require the sharpest teeth or the thickest hide. We succeeded by organizing around shared rules, engineering for the common good, and using our collective imagination to solve the problems of survival long before they arrived.